Hi there. I hope you all got to look at the video read aloud of A House in the Night. And if you didn't, would you stop this video and go back and look at it? Because I really want you to see the wonderful illustrations in this book, what the artist has done with wonderful white lines, different kinds of lines. And after you watch the video, come back here and we'll make our project together. Today you're going to create your own moonlight landscape using line and one color, bright yellow, for emphasis. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, for this project, you're going to need the following things. Your imagination first, then a piece of black paper from the construction paper that I gave you, a smaller piece of yellow paper, about 6 inches by 3 inches, an eraser's handy. I always like a planning pencil, and you'll really need your white and black pencil from the set of nice colored pencils I gave you. A good idea today is to make sure that pencil is sharp, and you might even want to have a little pencil sharpener nearby so you can resharpen your pencil. You'll also need a pair of scissors. So let's get started. In this wonderful book, the artist has used white line to really do a wonderful job with those illustrations. No color, just a dash of yellow here and there. But you notice the lines. Some lines are close together and it makes it look like the moon is shining on it. Some are further away, so it looks a little less light. We've got hatching and cross hatching. We've got stippling. We've got some repeat pattern. All of that you're going to put together today to make your picture. So we're making a moonlight landscape. So let's think about what we need. We're going to put a house in ours because the story is A House in the Night. What I did on mine is I went over it quickly with my planning pencil first to figure out my shapes. Of course, you're not going to be able to see that, so I'm going to get out my white pencil. I am going to start with my house. I'm going to draw my house at a little bit of an angle, just like it was in the book. And I have to press down hard to make this white show up. I'm making this line go like that and like that. Your house doesn't have to look like this. It can look however you want, but remember, if you put together simple shapes, it'll make a great house. I think I'll give it a round door and a window. And now, a little bit of detail. Maybe I will add a chimney. If I want a little moonlight shining on my house, I am going to do it by doing lines close together. Wherever the moonlight shows, that's where I do my lines. Where it's not showing, I leave those lines black. I am going to put a round window. I think I'll make a path going from my door. The next step is to do a hill behind my house. For those of you in 4th grade, you've done landscapes last week, and this week you're going to do a moonlight landscape. This is kind of a little bit further in the distance, so I want something up close. I'm going to put a hill up close, and maybe I'm going to put a tree up close. Because it's up close, it's nice and big. Start out like that. Okay, the tree's going like that. Now, before I go any further, I think I am going to take my yellow paper and add my moon. So I'm going to take it on this side. I am going to find something to trace around. Let me go get that. So I'm back, and I guess that's one thing I should have told you to get, is something to use to trace a circle. I'm using my little water cup here. Tracing around it. That's going to be my moon. And I also want to have, like I had in this picture, is maybe a window or two, some little circles for where the stars might be going, and maybe some flowers. So I'm going to put those shapes on here now. I'll do some flower shapes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do one because I have a trick to show you. Maybe some circles. I can't forget to do a window for my house. So I will do a window and maybe a circular window. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors and cut those out. I just remembered one more thing I should have told you to get, and that is a glue stick. Put The nice thing about these videos is you can pause them to get things that we forgot. That's a good sized moon. Now I could draw a lot of flowers and cut them out, but I have a trick that I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut out 2 at the same time and cut out twins, and that saves me some work. So I'm going to go like this, and I can't get this exactly, but it won't matter because I am going to turn this yellow piece of paper over and no one will see my kind of ugly looking pencil lines. So now I have 2 flowers, and I think I would like to have 2 more. So I am going to fold my paper, cut out a little space, and do some more flowers. This time I'm just doing it freehand. Just be careful not to cut your fingers when you're doing this tight cutting. Okay, so now I have, I like those, my flowers, my moon, and I need a few stars. And again, I'm going to do several at once and save myself some work. Let's find a plain spot there. I'm even going to fold that over so I can do 4 at once. And spin the paper and cut. And it's tight cutting, so watch those fingers. Okay. So once I'm ready, I will put a little glue on the back of these. I have to kind of put them out and stand back and look and see where do I want my stars. I think that looks pretty good. The nice thing about collage is you can make some adjustments as you go along. So I've arranged my shapes, and that's where I'd like them. So now I'll just take a little glue and put them on the back. That will make it easier when I go to do my drawing. I won't have to worry about them sliding around. And it's always better to put glue on the back of the thing you're adding. Then you don't have that shiny dried glue all over your page later. Whoops, there we go. Get my flowers. Now you notice that this yellow is really high contrast with the black, and that is what gives it emphasis. Artists often try to have one little point of emphasis in their work to make it interesting. Oops, it's trying to get away. There you go. A little more glue. Done. Don't forget to put the lid on your glue stick when you're done, please. Okay, so now it's time to add a line. And I think I might add another hill back here and maybe one up here. Notice I'm doing the hop over trick in many cases. So how do I add line? I am going to add some line like this here next to each other. I would like to make a nice interesting tree here. I'm going to do the branches, and then I'm going to add some interesting line. In this case, I think I will use dots instead of line. But like the line, when they go together, they make their own pattern. We need another tree here, and this is closer, so this tree would be bigger. With some line where the moon is shining on it. See the moon right there? Okay? So I will, in a minute, put this on fast forward so you can see how it develops without having to spend all your time watching me. But let's look at the moon first. Let's think about what we can do around this moon to make it interesting. Maybe give it a line like that. Now, how about some lines next to each other this way to look like the light is shining out and around your stars. It's a little bit like Van Gogh's Starry Night. Maybe you'd like to do some of the dashes and the swirls like Van Gogh did in his work. It's really up to you. So have fun, stay tuned, and we'll get back to you later. So to do this well, this is going to take you quite a while, and you might want to work on it a little bit over time. Spend some time this week adding more and more detail to it. That's the fun part. So take a break, go outside and play and look at the scenery, and then come back and add some more wonderful lines. One of the final touches is to put a little moon face on yours, just like the artist did in this wonderful book. So you've been doing portraits, so you should be great at this. Give your moon some nice eyes. Pupil, maybe some eyebrows and eyelids and a mouth. And now let's give it a little, maybe a little detail around the edge to make it interesting. The artist put a little shading right by the cheeks. You might like to do that too. It's really up to you. Okay, so have fun. Go back, add some more starry details and white lines. Have fun. Take your time to do a good job. When you're all done, click on Add Response and send me a photo of your work. I can't wait to see it.